Welcome back to Minecraft
Hang on, I
Monday.
should have put this in the smelter.
Yeah, well, welcome back to Minecraft Monday. And say hello, Jobs.
Hello, Job.
Hey, that's not going to get old. Well, I haven't done much between episodes, purely because A, I'm slightly lazy, and B, I've been knackered. And today's heat level isn't helping things, is it?
Haven't done much.
No, I haven't. But let's do a little recap for the
Yeah,
people.
this used to be a plantation.
I
We
did
picked cotton in here.
picked con. So I went out and got us an ender lily, and I did that just by punching grass. And you've got a chance. I think it's like,
That was cobble.
yeah, I know, but we're not outside. I think it's like a 1% chance for getting an ender lily. Now, I then I made a nether portal and went to the nether so I could make the coke oven, only to discover afterwards that I didn't need the blaze rods that I thought I did, and the nether bricks. Anyway, we got a coke oven now, so we got creosote oil, which is used in immersive engineering. And there's one reason I wanted to get into immersive engineering, and it's for these, which are the garden cloche. Do you know how you pronounce this?
I would say close.
Okay. So I've got a little survivalist generator going, and that can power one for a short period of time. But look, when I turn it on, look at how fast these rice grow. So it's just really, it's almost slightly overpowered. And basically, with the garden gloche, you supply it with power, which powers the little light at the top, and that's what creates the growing mechanism, I guess.
Don't look at the top
Why?
because you lose the force field, whatever it is, glass.
It's a little bit glitchy. Yep. And you have to supply it with water as well. So you got I created a reservoir from Ender.io, and just with some basic fluid conduits, pumped in some water. Now I did create 3 because I had enough materials for 3. Only to discover I couldn't power all 3, which is a little bit of a shame. But all you do is you pop in the dirt at the bottom, or sand if you're doing sugarcane, and the seed at the top here, and it just outputs the results in this corner here. This is where your power is shown, and this bit here is called the fertilizer amount. So each time it refills the water, it refills the fertilizer bar. But you can actually speed that up. So hopefully at some point soon we'll have a skeleton farm, and we'll be able to pump bone meal in this. And we think this is pretty well overpowered right now. Once we put bone meal into it, the growth speed is just going to be huge. So just to help with the situation, I keep a lever on the back and just turn it off when I'm trying to backlog the power. So basically what you see here is the internal buffer for the survival generator. It just can't keep up with the garden cloche.
Can I ask you a question?
Of course you can.
I just did.
You can ask a second one as well.
That's good. Thank you. You stick a what on the back?
A lever. Lever. What's your preference?
Oh, I'm not American.
True, but I don't know which one's which. If I'm being brutally honest.
Lever is how we would pronounce it in this country at this point in time.
Ah, okay. Well, I stick a lever on the back, and that obviously just turns off. It's redstone activated, so it says don't work. So that's what I did in this area between episodes. I then wanted some better tools, obviously, to go to the nether with. So I created an obsidian upgrade for my pick. Went to the Nether, got some cobalt, and created some cobalt heads. Which I think, Jobs, you haven't upgraded your one yet, have you?
I did a what now?
You've not upgraded your pick yet.
No, I haven't.
So there's a cobalt pickaxe head in the.
Right, so I haven't upgraded that because technically I have upgraded it, but not the way I think you're talking about.
Yeah, in this small storage crate, there is a cobalt pickaxe head.
Right.
Just for you to be upgrading your pick with. I also upgraded our chests to small storage crates, just purely because they're huge. So we don't have to be so worried about space, considering we're in very tiny rooms, really. Jobs did a alloy smelter, a
energy conduit, and a few solar panels that are up top.
Yeah.
Go out there. The solar panels aren't working right now.
It's nighttime. Yeah. And I did a sag mill because I needed some sand and a basic capacitor bank, purely because I then decided to upgrade our bag capacity. And the way I've done that is with a storage module tablet from RF Tools.
So she needed a bag. She wanted to upgrade her bag storage, so she got a tablet.
I did. Yep. Absolutely. I'm now trying to find it in NEI. Here it is.
Is it NEI or is it JEI?
It's JEI. I have it on the NEI version though. So this is the recipe. So I went over to the village and with the rice and basically traded a bunch of paper for some emeralds. And I created the storage module tier 2, which is a storage module tier 1 surrounded by some gold and quartz and etc. And that gives us massive amounts of space. It also gives us a on-the-go crafting table, ability to store 6 recipes and just recall them. All of this space here, you can decide how you want them to look. So you can have it just as icons. You can have it so it's just in a list like this, or you can have it in sort of like a 2-column list. And the great thing that I love is you can search in there. So that's pretty much that. And you can have 200 stacks. Hello. So that was what I did next. And finally, I moved into doing a little bit of forestry, which is I just did a basic generator, a squeezer for squeezing seeds into seed oil, carpenter to create various recipes, and I made the bee analyzer, which is for you, Jobs. Where did you go?
I don't need it. You got to use it.
Okay.
You got to learn the bees.
And then the centrifuge, which I will turn on because we do need some honey drops.
What do we need them for?
For the bee analyzer, don't we?
Yep.
And with the carpenter, I then was able to make some apiaries. So if I show you the apiary recipe here, so they're very simple in regards to around the edge. It's just wood. But it's the impregnated casing that was a little bit difficult, and that's why I ended up getting the squeezer and the carpenter, because you need 250 millibuckets of seed oil and then this sort of pattern in the carpenter to actually make the impregnated, what's it called? Casing. So that's sort of what I've done between episodes. It actually seems like a little bit. Not just a. I thought it was barely anything, but we did get a little bit done. So
yes, you did.
Yeah, we've got some. Do you want to sleep?
Yeah, where?
In a bed?
Got then.
That's why I was asking if you would
Okay,
mind.
which one's my bed?
The right-hand side. And you've actually managed to make some energy conduits. Not energy conduits, item conduits.
I thought you were going to say that I've managed to make some enemies. I was like, how did you know?
So some item conduits, so that we're able to automate the apiaries.
The bee houses can't be automated.
Yep.
Hence, I was disappointed about their existence in the villages.
But for some reason, this one here just to stop working. It's not.
Yes, because it's somewhere in the middle of everything. The forest mutated with the meadows that I was trying to breed out of it, and it became this one.
Oh, we got a common.
So if you use that common queen, that common queen in the analyzer, and tell me what the active, inactive, all of that is, and see if we can maybe rescue that common trait before it disappears.
Okay, no worries. Let me grab some fuel.
While you sort that out, I'm going to go and get a scoop for some more forest bees.
Well, that's the plan next. Is we're actually going to do a bit of exploring this episode.
Who said that?
Me.
Oh.
Have you set your home? Do you know how to do that?
What? Set home?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I know how to set home.
For teleportation, yeah?
Yep.
Good. Here we go. Honey drop. So if I open the portable analyzer and I drop the honey there, now every time I scan a bee, I use a honey drop. That's like the currency to be able to investigate what a bee is. Which one did you want me to scan? The common queen?
Yes.
Okay.
I only analysed it.
Sorry, analyze, not scan. Okay. So we've got active species common and inactive forest.
Yep.
Lifespan is shorter and shorter. Production slowest. Pollination slowest and slower. And then flower type flowers. 3 by B. What's that mean? 3 times B?
3, that's fertility, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so 3 drones.
Oh, for every breeding action, you get 3 drones.
No, for every generation or every death. At the end of a generation, will give you 3 drones, and it'll always give you a princess. Well, no, it won't, because a princess, potentially, if it was ignoble, could just die off randomly.
Okay. So you got the sort of page 1 here, and then you can move it down to page 2, and you can look at the climate. So what climate they need to be in. So normal, which means they can work here because we're in a normal biome. Now, if it says like hellish, that's the Nether, isn't it?
Essentially, yes.
Yeah.
There are little things you can do to change that concept, but yes, basically, you're taking it to the Nether.
And then you've got like a desert climate, don't you? And and then this tolerance here means that how tolerant is the bee about being outside of their climate. So I don't know bees massively well, unlike jobs. But if, for example, you imagine climate normal is like 1, and then desert is 3, for example. If the tolerance says like a tolerance of 2, that means even though they're technically a desert climate bee, they could actually work and be active in a standard biome.
If it says -2, yes.
-2, there you go.
If it says 2, then no, because that's out towards hellish.
Okay, yeah. Same with humidity. So you've got different humidity zones. Obviously, a desert would be dry. And tolerance exactly the same, works like that. Diurnal means do they work in the day, is that correct?
Yes, they all are diurnal, I believe.
Nocturnal means whether or not they work in the night.
Yeah.
Tolerant flyer. You mentioned that a bit earlier, but I'm probably going to cut that out. What is a tolerant flyer?
Whether it's tolerant to rain.
Right, okay. So if it's raining, will they still work, basically?
If they are tolerant, yes.
Okay, and cave dwelling, whether or not they like being in a cave, so without sunlight.
Specifically, yes, without sunlight.
Then you've got the possible produce and possible speciality. What's that? It's blank on this one.
Well, yeah, because at the moment it doesn't really have anything, because it's a mixture. But also, I don't think common really does anything. But the produce is the general, like the honeycombs and what it's set to do. But if you get them in the right sort of temperature and climate, there's also a speciality on certain things, which, if they have one of those, there's a small chance they'll produce a certain thing. Like, for example, a resource. So an iron nugget.
Okay. Number 4 is possible mutations, which right now it's all question marks.
Because we don't know how to mutate any bees according to this server.
But it's fine because we have NEI or JEI. And number 6, I don't think anyone particularly uses. It's all about the classification and.
Oh, there's some funny things in there.
Oh, okay.
It's worth giving it a look. Some of the little notes, little write-ups about how,
Yeah, considered the beginner's apiarist badge of participation. So, let's take the bee out. Do you want to look at this over because you understand what you're looking at? Okay, lovely. So I just dropped the queen back in.
Yep.
Okay.
And what we're also going to do is go into the item conduit for that apiary.
Yeah.
And not have it active because we're trying to breed. Got to monitor what that will do.
Disabled. Yeah.
Well, okay, that means that no. Because now, how do we get that back? Should have just not had it active, as I said.
Whoops. It's fine. It's fine. We'll make a crescent hammer. It'll be fine.
It's fine. It's fine. I've been playing with people before that have just gone with it's fine. It's never fine.
I will fix it. You know me. I fix my cock-ups. Right.
Yep.
Now, also, I found this in JEI, which I thought was whoa. There we go. It was quite interesting. It's called a habitat locator. You ever used one?
Oh.
So apparently it will spin when you're in the right habitat to find some bees.
Okay.
So I thought, let's give that a go. Be amusing. So for our...
Have you had enough caffeine today? Or have you
No.
had too much? Because for some reason your character's head every now and then just keeps nodding up and down frantically.
Well, I'm trying to get you to agree with me. So you set up this crafting recipe in the last episode, bee smoker, and they calms wild bees. So I'm going to grab that. Okay, so I don't need to do anything. I just literally right click.
Right click. But I in what I've done to use that, I've made sure I held the right click as I was approaching because my God, if I didn't, I still got hit.
Okay, we got everything we need for our journey.
Probably not, but screw it.
Fair enough. So what bees are we looking for, Jobs?
The ones in hives.
Uh-huh.
And not the hives on your body. I mean, actual like bee hives.
Yeah, I got it. Oh, there's a zombie coming from somewhere.
No, it's not.
Nope, he's just underground. Okay, so let's...
Deeper underground?
So I just literally right-click, hold it at the forest hive.
Yeah, I'd smoke from that distance.
And then what do I do now?
Well, listen to... And then you hit it with the scoop quickly before the effect wears off.
Ah, there you go. Grab your goods. Nice. Didn't get any combs, though.
No, you don't always. You don't really need to, because it does not take long to breed more, to make more.
Okay, so let's grab this other forest hive.
Okay, you do that.
And then there's like a meadows there, isn't there?
There's 2 meadows across the river.
Cool. Be nice if we could find a jungle.
Hit it.
Oh, right. I don't know how long I've got to smoke it for.
Listen to the noise.
I don't hear a noise.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Turn your game volume up. Turn your mixer volume up. So there's something up that makes it happen.
Go grab your bees.
Oh, there's another one over here.
Okay. We're basically protecting the area.
Yeah.
It's just making like tonk noises.
Yeah, that's the noise.
So the first tonk I can then do it at.
Well, yeah, that's why I said you can go a bit closer and then...
Here you go.
In there. Alright, yeah.
No drone, apparently.
That happens. No, I just picked up 3 things.
Oh, was it Queen?
No. You don't get... you don't get queens. from them. You only get princesses.
So that princess is probably grateful we picked her up. She had nobody to mate with.
Quite probably.
There we go. Meadows. Right. What I'm going to do is probably bring guys back once we've... Wrong one. Wrong button.
See what happens, see what happens, see what happens if you're not paying attention. Do
What?
not do that in the jungle if we ever find one.
Yeah, I don't...
Because
It's
they'll
not...
poison you. Punch it. Yeah, dealt with that? Moving on.
Yeah. There we go. Whee. There you go.
Woo.
Yes, so we'll bring people back once we've found a hive that we've not shown them before. Oh.
Right,
So what's that one then?
oh, we should probably go and find out.
Yeah, but it hurts me.
This is the life of a beekeeper, or rather an apiarist.
Ow. Hey, behave.
Behave. No, it's a beehive.
Wintry hive. Lovely. What do we get? A wintry princess and no drone.
Damn, we need to find another one then.
Yep, we also got a frozen comb. Have you found a apiarist? Apiarist?
No.
A beekeeper?
No, they usually, but it depends on the texture pack, but yeah, they at default they should have a yellow overall, yellow apron thing, I believe.
Okay. I tend to just look for the building, to be honest, because it's the only building with the weird wood. That's another part of why I like,
Forestry.
yeah, because of the different woods. Yeah. Oh, this one, we got a Valiant drone.
Ding, 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 get in, jackpot.
Why is that jackpot?
Valiants are very good. There's Valiant and there's Steadfast. Yeah, I believe it's Steadfast drone. They are completely random as to whether you may find them in anything. There's Valiants that exist in certain types of natural hives, and then there's Steadfast that exists in other ones. But that's the only way to obtain them. You can't breed them. You can't breed to them. You can't trade for them outside of another player already having them. You know, things like that. There isn't any other way of getting them, to my knowledge. You have to find them in hives as random chance.
And so, quick question, or a question, should I say? What do they give you?
They don't really. I don't think they give you anything specifically.
Right.
But it's more what they will breed to, right? What their genetic line will lead you into. I can't remember exactly what it does because they mix into certain lines, one into this one to that one, you know. But it gives you extra fees that you wouldn't get any other way.
Okay, cool.
Right, let's have
Might be a Rocky in here.
Yeah, a good look around these.
You'll know if they're there because you'll suddenly get whacked for no reason. Donked.
You'd say that. It might not be the case. There we go.
Oh, you found one. Blimey.
And look, I'm standing next to it. See?
So you don't need to
Nothing.
smoke the Rockies then?
I don't know about whether you need to smoke, because you smoke them to help you break quicker.
Ah. But that also comes from a different mod. It comes from more bees rather than forestry, so maybe that's why.
What, the
Rocky?
Rocky?
Yeah, when I was looking at it, it said more bees, not forestry.
Ah.
So maybe that's why it didn't attack. Oh. It's got an immersive engineering hut. Stealing the hammer.
Oh, hello, apiarist. Hello, apiarist. Haven't even opened 2 apiarists.
Really?
Yep. Didn't even have to open their inventory to see what they were trading. See it for me from right. So what texture pack have you got?
Zortex.
Okay.
I really like it. I think it's really clean looking.
Right. So where are you?
I'm just stealing all of the storage crates from the Immersive Engineering Hub.
Okay.
Right, there you are, yeah.
Oh, yeah, there's an Acorus behind you.
The yellow one, yeah.
Yeah. So he is yellow for you as well.
Yeah,
There's
he's got
3 of them here.
blimey.
And these are crucial. But if you want to progress with a specific line of bees, because like the steadfast and the valiant can only be found randomly in naturally occurring hives, the monastic bee can only be traded with a villager, apiarist villager.
So yeah, you were getting all excited about monastic bee, but you didn't actually tell me what the monastic bee does.
The monastic bee is, again, it's similar in the way that it's only available in a certain way, in a certain place. It goes towards quartz, nether quartz stuff.
Nice.
Probably surface quartz for ME systems. So yeah, that's the desirable one.
Did you put it on amplified when you set up the server?
No, that would be foolish. I might have done. I don't think I intended to. Whoa, hello.
What?
Oh, ding dong.
What?
You couldn't script that. I just fell down there and was running towards you, and I caught a glimpse as I went past that hole.
Wow, that's cool.
We don't have a thingy to lift it up, do we? We need diamond.
No, we don't. I think you can do it with something else. Like, I'm sure there is something else that will do it, but nothing I have. Wow, okay. It's a skeleton spawner as well.
Yes, that's why I was like, wow, because I heard them spawn. It was awesome, because we need that.
Yeah, we do. Right, okay, so... Yeah, there's a dolly, isn't there? Dolly...
But there was a dolly, is that still
no dolly anymore.
Yeah.
And we don't have mechanism, do we? So we don't have the cardboard
boxes. Yes, people, we've played Minecraft for a long time.
Moving wand? No.
No, it's going to be the... Oh, crap. Get some sticks in your crafting table.
Diamond transporter.
That's the one.
Yeah, the transporter
I can remember
things.
the recipe, not the name of it.
There it is. Diamond chest transporter. So sticks and a diamond. Oh, we do have diamonds as well. How annoying. Right, okay. Map. Waypoint. New. Skelly spawner.
How many home points do we have in this?
1. I was going to ask you to set it so that we could do warp points as well. Can you do a warp point? So /warp.
Potentially.
And then create a name.
I'd have to. I think it's probably a set warp then. Yeah, there we go.
You can set warps. Can you make me OP so I can set warps?
You do not deserve to be OP.
Oh. Go on, make me OP.
No, I'm up. But the problem is, if that happens, then you get to see all the other stuff that goes on, and it comes up in your chat log. And I don't think I want to allow that.
You've been spawning items in, haven't you?
No, no. I don't think I've ever really done that outside of testing world.
Is that an industrial craft rubbertree giving me the finger? Wow, I thought I was seeing a stripy sheep, but it's a grey and a white one just in the same block space. It was very weird. There's some copper in the hole, so it was kind of worthwhile.
You make friends with him?
Yeah. His name's Bob.
Bob the cop?
Yeah.
Fair enough. That'd be a bit freaky if there was a cop named Bob who watched this. But yeah, it fucking happens.
I'd love it.
Then you'll have to actually leave a comment and, you know, do as the lower third says. And
say hello and get to know me.
yeah, see? And then you will have met Bob.
You know what? It is actually the best part so far of the YouTube is just getting to know people and yattering away and sharing content that they enjoy and I'm enjoying. It's just nice. The actual recording of videos, editing of videos, I enjoy. Recording at the moment when it crashes and goes wrong. Oh,
When you're with me.
yeah. It's just painful, man. It's just like, why am I doing this to myself?
Yeah, I understand. Many people who have any dealings with me think the exact same thing.
I'm just running through this forest. There is just nothing here. Hello, welcome.
I have returned.
I've got more stuff for you.
I don't want that map anymore. Ooh. Bye.
Bees. Right, so, shall we?
Probably, yeah.
It's just me going, I must sort my inventory out. This is fine. I can leave the inventory till later. Let's go look at the bees. Considering they were chunk loaded, they probably
they
finished their cycle.
Something, yeah.
Can't work, no queen.
Yeah, which one?
Common princess.
Right, yes. Ah, common princess, good. Right, analyze it.
Analyze.
And the drone.
Okay. Common on the active, forest on the inactive.
Okay, and what does the drone give you, the common drone that's in there?
Okay, let's have a look.
We'll find that's some meadows.
Common.
Ah, beautiful. Are all the traits the same between active and inactive?
They are on page 1. And on page 2.
Good, it's the stackable one. That means that it's less likely to go fucked up.
So
yeah.
Should I make these two together?
Yeah. Go and digesting.
So we have to put levers on the forestry machines again because they just keep eating power even when they're in standby mode, which is just rude.
I'm pretty sure that there was a point where that didn't happen. It was removed.
Yeah, it was 1.7.
I was so happy when that happened. I was like, brilliant, that's it, marvellous. We don't have to keep worrying about all of these different machines and what they might do and what they might not do and just leave them there, like every other machine. No, that didn't last, did it?
So, an ignoble, you explained to me, is a line of queen bees or princess bees that will just disappear at some point. Suddenly we won't have a queen or princess in this apiary.
Yeah, what happens is there won't be a princess. There will always be a queen until she dies, but when she dies, she may not produce a princess. There may not be a princess there. So you get the drones and everything, and all of a sudden, God, that's that. But it is something like a 10% chance each time sort of thing. So it's not like a 1 in 100.
Well, you've got the bee bag.
Oh, well, Leah, you have the bee bag. Show the people. Give the people what they want. They probably don't want bees. I'll be honest, bees can be very boring and very time consuming.
Yeah.
It's not surprising why people just abandon the concept right at the start. So they just think, I'll just cut out an entire chunk of the land and then I will have loads of resources. Why am I worried about these bees?
Well, we're going to show everyone how powerful they can be.
How OP they can be for base defense, all sorts of things.
Oh, can we get into the different base defense? That'd be so cool.
We might even try setting up a miniature mob arena thing where we just leave them in there and just watch mobs. Like, if we use bees to kill the mobs for our mob farm, or something like that. These are the things that can be done. Potentially.
And isn't there like a trait? There used to be a trait. I remember you telling me about it, where you can actually end up with it just spiraling out of control. Because,
Oh, we did, yeah.
like, if
Yep.
a mob drops a bone, the bees will then spawn a skeleton. So obviously, every time a mob gets killed,
there was resurrection and something else beginning with R. There's two different traits, but they worked on the sort of levels. They split the overall mobs into two sort of levels. So you had like the spiders and the standard spawnable things in dungeons. And then you also had potentially the much larger stuff like blazes and all of this. So if their drop was on the floor, they would be resurrected from their drop. And sometimes skeletons drop 2 bones. Zombies will drop 2 rotten flesh, stuff like that. Those things happen. So you end up
killing a server.
Yeah, it pretty much came close to that at one point. Yeah, it was very, very dodgy.
So in this apiary, what should we do? Should we crossbreed something?
What other ones? At the moment, the only thing we can do is get the commons going. All the centres to begin with around those commons. Once those commons have become pure, for want of a better word, pedigree type thing, where there is nothing else left but the common trait or the common species, then we can use that with some other ones and start getting the cultivated and all of the other nicer bees and move on.
Well,
there's not a lot we can do with it at the moment.
I'd be quite interested in getting the dirty queen, which would then lead to the sandy queen, and that's a forest or rocky.
A forest and a rocky. If you've got you should have a rocky drone knocking about.
Yeah, that's
and then just an ignoble forest or something. Throw them two together, but also check to see if they have any special requirements in their breeding.
Oh, okay. How do I?
So what you do is you go into. So what was it? You wanted the dirty bee?
Yeah.
So I'm looking up dirty.
Dirty. It's Christina Aguilera.
And right, so bee breeding. Right, so
that one's nocturnal.
Is it? What is?
Dirty Queen's nocturnal.
But it came from a rocky, which.
Ah, there you go. Okay, yep.
Yeah, so certain things carry through. Yeah, so that if you see that you can see the 15% there. If you looked up the combination of the two, the 15%. If it's white as it is there, everything's fine. But usually it will have like a colouring, probably red. You hover over it and it will tell you can only be bred in X biome or in certain temperature range or with something underneath the apiary or certain things like that. So we'll find those as we go along. But there's also things where I think there's something else that pops up somewhere. I can't remember. I think there's 2 things I remember having to pay attention to. One of them was that. So 15% chance. There's a 15% chance. That's what that means. That with each generation, the mutation will occur. And just because a mutation occurs, you will quickly see. It doesn't mean to say that you're going to keep it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean to say that that your job is done.
Okay. So I'm going to put a forest princess of ignoble stock in.
Yep.
And a rocky drone. Happy with that?
Yep.
Okay.
Was it a stackable rocky drone?
It was, yes.
Yeah.
There we go.
And then we need to sleep.
Not daytime. So, what we should do is probably for a good few episodes, I'm literally only going to bring you into the bee area just to let you know of the previous mutation. Yeah. And for us to talk through the next mutation we're going to work on. Okay?
Because we recognise how boring this can be.
But I thought you'd enjoy seeing our world, exploring around. Quite actually was boring. I can't believe how shitty of a seed we've got. I doubt anyone's going to ask for our seed.
Yeah. Either that or there'll be those people that are like, no, give me the seed, I'll find out where the good things are. That way you'll have an enjoyable episode.
These are my awesome friends.
Ding, 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 ding. We have a celebration this episode.
We do. Woohoo!
Wow, that was a bit anticlimactic, wasn't it? Hey, we have a celebration. All right, moving on.
I would very much like to set up something. I think we could get a Skelly's farm done.
No, you missed out on a trick.
What's that?
You could have cut the ribbon on the celebration.
Ah, look! Woo!
But it's too late now, it's not grown.
Okay, well, we'll have the ribbon for the next time. Wow. Fail. Well, that's our ribbon for the next time. It grows. Yeah, I think we could probably get away with a very crude Skelly farm, manual Skelly farm with that spawner.
Yes.
So I tell you what, we need to dig a hole. Yeah, we need to dig a hole. I think we should come back once hole is dug, and we know exactly how we're going to move skeletons and all of that. And I think that'll be a nice way just to round off the end of the episode, so we don't look like complete fools of spending an hour just traipsing around the same greenery.
Oh, I just messed that one up. Yeah, you have that.
Did you just waste a diamond? Oh no, good.
That's the point. I messed it up.
But wow.
What did you do? So we don't look like fools spending an hour. Yeah, I just messed this up. I just messed up as well. Oh, that ruined it. That's that gone then. There you go.
Oh dear, that was awesome. Yeah. But that ender pearl I really wanted for the RF spawner, which is something that in our next episode we're going to do. We are going to hunt down an enderman and jab him with a syringe.
Hang on a second. You're stating we are going to do it.
Yes.
What if that goes very wrong and we can't even find them?
We keep going. It's a must.
Going back to the beast.
Yep. I understand. Yeah, but we're going to stab him with a syringe, which I think will be hysterical. So yes, give us a couple of minutes. It won't matter to you because I'm going to edit it in straight in.
Ready, and here we are.
We are. Yeah. Oh dear. Right, so we should. We're ready to go. Really, I've got all the items that we're going to need ready to craft, and I'll walk through them as and when we need them. Shall we head over to that skeleton spawner?
Yeah, no problem.
Warp Skelly. There we go. Right. Are you here?
Oh.
You coming?
I'm thinking about it.
Oh my. Wow, it shot at me.
They'll do that.
Right,
Alright. So I'll be distraction and you get in there ready to pick it up.
Yeah. That sounds like a plan. Yep.
It's a plan you can get behind because you'll literally be getting behind me.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, right, marvellous.
There we go. Follow the leader.
Distraction.
Right, it's picked up.
I smacked you, I think. Right, get out then.
Oh, right. Ow. I'm very, very slow. I cannot jump.
You cannot jump. Throw it at me. They're fighting each other. They're fighting each other. Now there's water in there. The water will push them back.
Yep. Wow, I'm so slow.
Oh. Can you throw it?
There we go.
Can you throw it? No, okay.
I can. I just need to put it in my bag, to be fair.
Let's put that back.
There we go.
There. That's that sorted.
Oh, there we go. Now,
right.
do we want to check that chest?
Oh, okay. I will go and check the chest.
Oh no, I was just thinking. There we go. Oh, dark boots.
Stiff horse drone. That's mine. Ding.
There you go. And the ender. So it's worth doing then. We've got a bucket, some name tags, that. We'll take that because it's got bloody Aperus shoes on it.
Unfortunately, that won't be any good until you get the rest of the set, but it's definitely a good start.
Yeah. The rest can stay. Right, let's go home. So we have dug a hole and we are going to move our wonderful skeletons that spawn via the vector plates. And and they're very easy to craft. So it's literally some slime balls, and if you don't have any slime to hand, you can utilize the rice balls.
I am the winniest.
You are indeed. Here, do you want some to place
Do you
down?
want some? Yeah. Do you want some?
Yeah. Are these the right speed? Hang on, let's just double check.
Doesn't matter.
It does. They're very slow, the first ones.
Yeah, but as long as it works.
Okay, fair enough. So basically, the way the arrow is pointing is the way that the mob or you will get moved, and the way Jobs is sort of hanging out without any worry is by pressing shift. As soon as you press shift, you can actually move around slowly, obviously, but you can move around.
It's not too much of an issue with, as Mango says, these slower ones. But when you get the much faster ones, you want to be shifting. You'd rather be going slow than amazingly fast.
Yep. So that's how we're going to get our mobs from when they spawn to our little kill zone, which isn't a big kill zone, if we're being truthfully honest. But it's a manual. It's our first mob spawner. It doesn't need to be anything amazing right now. We don't have the materials for it to be amazing. So,
I'm realising there's a small issue.
You shouldn't have put... What?
Right, the hopper needs to be touching, like, facing the right way.
Yep, yep.
And for the stuff that we're going to use to hurt them, it needs to be on the inside.
Yep, indeed. So let me walk you through the next bits. So first things, hopper, as Jobs mentioned. Then we got our small storage crate. We're going to swiftly upgrade this to some drawers, etc. And then the thing that actually will do the damage is the wooden spikes, and it reduces health to half a heart but doesn't kill. And yeah, that means that what we just can punch them. That's all we need to do. We don't need to actually use our sword. So we can if we want to get experience, but we don't have to. So if I pop that... Oh no, it's not going there, is it?
No.
Yes, so we got it. So, small storage crate. And I'm going to shift. And I'm going to stick that hopper, so it basically will drop items. Wow!
You're shifting. Remember you're shifting, and that they hurt.
Look, it's a hat. Yeah, it does hurt. It goes straight in there to the small storage crate. And then... So that's where the skeletons will stand. And I'm going to shift over here. And we're going to put the spike just there. Oh, one down.
That's why I said hold on to that bit of stone. Hold on to that bit of stone?
No. Would you kindly, thank you?
I would kindly thank you, yes, if I could be bothered.
Fair enough. So, yeah, let's grab our diamond chest out. Let's pop that in there because I can't jump without it. So, yeah, the spike's going to go there. And that is actually what I'm going to do last, blimey. Just realised the error of my ways. So let's get the spawner out.
To be honest, you can put the spawner in from where you're standing now.
Yeah, I don't know.
Put the spike in while you're crouching. There we go, and then come to this gap.
Okay, yep. And then spawner.
Get out of the way.
Right, and we need to put a little slab there. Oh no, we don't. They won't see us.
That is it.
That is it. Right. Why is it not working?
Probably because of... Right. Are those vector plates even spawnable anymore?
Yeah, they are.
Well, we broke it. Oh, that...
Oh, shit!
Wow. Don't let him kill you. Let him kill you first. See, there you go. That wasn't hard.
So that's our little mob farm. I want to put some dark glass here. That would be cool.
To watch them smashing their face into a spike.
Yeah, let's see how hard dark grass is. Wow, I've got my caps lock on for some reason. Oh my, spelling.
Smelling what?
Spelling.
Oh.
Here you go. So, ink sac and thickened glass, which is sand and glass. And that gives you 2. And we need 4, 8, 9. So 10, which means we need 5 ink sacs. Oh, that's going to be possible, isn't it? Right, I'm bringing them back when we got awesome dark glass. So yeah, we're just going to replace these stones out for dark glass. And dark glass, I am going to have to reduce the sounds on this bit, aren't I? Hello, Skelly. Dark glass allows us to see through and mobs not being able to see through. It keeps the light level to the point you need it to be, so that you can have spawnage happen. And yeah, it just means that you can actually see the mayhem that you've been causing to your mobs, which is good fun. So yeah, this is our little manual mob farm. Not bad. We actually have an update, or Jobs has an update for us about the bees. So we're going to do that, and then it's the end of the episode.
Wow, nice way to put that. We can have a look at the bees and then you can get out.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, what's your problem? We're going to set them off to do their next, obviously, function.
Right, well, the one underneath you, what's that doing?
That one has finished, and it's still a common princess. And there is a
got
common
2
drone.
commons active, so take them 2 out.
The 2...
The 2 that look like they're commons, because that's the active rate.
Okay,
so
yeah.
See what they've got.
You've got the analyzer, could I?
Oh,
At the moment, we're a bit poor, so we're sharing stuff. Right, okay. So, Queen is common forest still, and Drone is common forest.
Okay, well, we can get rid of... Right, see what that other forest is.
What, the one left in there?
Right, the one that we put back in there, that we already know what it is, take that out and put it to one side in your inventory.
Yep.
Put the 2 active commons in there.
To mate?
Yep.
Okay.
Get her digesting him. Now take that other forest out.
Nom nom nom. Yep.
And analyse that one.
Forest on the active, common on the inactive.
Okay, so we'll have to keep both of those. So for now, because it looks like those the common isn't going anywhere, for now let's put those common forest hybrids in there.
You got 3 of them.
Yeah, let's just get them out of the way for the time being. We don't want to do that too much. Because my God, does your inventories get cluttered when you've got loads of stupid little bees.
Yep.
What was it you were looking for?
Dirty, blimey. So we got
15% chance you got it first time.
2 dirty drones, but they're not stacking.
No, which means they'll either have just completely different stats or something is different.
So let's have a quick nose. So we got a dirty on the active and inactive Rocky. And a dirty and then Rocky. But one of them wants ore, one of them wants flowers.
Alright, well both I've dealt with down here.
Okay, cool.
When it says ore, it actually just means rock, like unless it's finding ore in these on the other side of these walls. But yeah, the Rockies have always just needed stone around them. So, right, so we need to look at the princess and see if that's got a forest or...
Yes, it does. So it's rocky and then forest.
Right, and the other ones are dirty
rocky.
And They are dirty and rocky. Both of them are rocky.
Yeah.
That's good, because it means we can start pushing out that forest and getting rid of it. So that's our aim.
Okay, yeah.
Obviously keeping the dirty, but just if it's got forest, throw it.
Mm-hmm.
And we want to keep as much of the dirty as possible.
Okay, yeah, makes sense. So, so I stick my rocky princess in,
Mm-hmm.
and then does it matter which dirty drone?
I don't really know. There's probably loads of stats and bits and pieces, but I've usually tried to work with the one I want the least is the one I'll put in first, and the one I want the most, I'll try and keep their traits as I get towards the end of it.
Okay.
So pick which drone has the worst traits to you, and put that one in first. The first priority, well, the actual priority, I said first priority, I don't know what the second priority is, because it's priority.
Mm-hmm.
But the priority for this is to do the actual the species that you want.
Yep. Then
the
the
traits are superfluous after that. We you know, if it's no good having really good traits in a bee you don't even want.
Mm-hmm. So, can I keep my little dirty drone in here?
Yeah, for the time being. I don't see why not.
Just until we know whether or not we retain the dirty. Yeah. Okay, and these are all just farming away, which is great.
They're just going to do their own thing. I tell you what, we can that forest in the back middle there.
Mm-hmm.
Get rid of all of the drones that are sitting in there, except that full stack stuff. Yeah, those 13 are good. They're stacking.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just work with those.
Okay, and the rest of them can be binned, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Okay, cool. I used all your honey. I'm sorry.
That's all right. I've just got some more honeycombs that I'll put in there.
Lovely. So what we'll do, I think, is we will try and get dirty to become a full stack, and then maybe migrate it into Sandy, or try and migrate it into Sandy between episodes.
No, we will migrate once we've got a stack of drones. Yeah.
Yeah. So once we've got a clean stack and whatnot. Yeah. Migrate, mutate. Yeah, you know what I mean. And we won't sort of go massively further than that, I don't think.
Don't think we really need to at the moment. Like, I will be pushing the bees to do stuff. But for the moment, we need to work on the common.
Yeah. So be working on the common and the sandy/dirty, and potentially one of the first steps into iron. I think that's one of the first bees we go for. Or bronze.
Yeah, no, it will be iron-ish. But again, that will require like rockies and
commons,
cultivated or something like that. It requires specific things.
Yeah, so it might be a little way away. Yeah, we will let you know where we're at next week. Blimey. Yeah, I've enjoyed today. What about you?
It's been fun.
Good. Well, thank you very much for watching and being really patient with our mass exploration. If you enjoyed, please leave a like. Got any questions about bees? Leave a comment. I'll definitely attempt to answer for you, or I'll get jobs to answer for you. And yeah, subscribe if you haven't. And bye for now.